to our designers is we create the entire production for them. We get the buyers there, and I'm going to talk about what kind of buyers in a minute, and we get you the press, but what are you going to do for yourself after? Because the only one that's going to stand in your way from getting custom orders or sales or buyers is unfortunately yourself. And there's a great quote that, actually, I think I heard from my dad, who's sitting here second row, and actually like the cameraman. If you really want to do something, you're going to do it. So if you really want to go out there and you really want to get buyers and you really want to show the world that you can do this, then go do it. Walk into a boutique. You know, I remember after meeting Jonathan, he would create lookbooks and walk into boutiques and show them what he had in store. Because the only person that's going to do it is them. So that's one of the things we like to teach them, because there seems to be some sort of a complacency that seems to happen with our designers after the runway show. And like I said, that's the beginning. Now, the type of buyers that we do get at StyleWeek, and I get this question a lot on, well, what buyers do you have? You know, what buyers were there? Blah, blah, blah. Now, let's really get down to basics. Say if you're having your first runway show, you create a great collection, you get a buyer there. You get a buyer from, let's say, Nordstrom. God, good Lord, that would be amazing. Nordstrom buyer comes to the show. They love your stuff. They want 1,000 orders of that in 9 weeks. Can you produce that? Probably not. So that's not going to be something that an emerging designer is going to be able to produce financially or productive-wise. What you need to utilize in the beginning when you are an emerging designer is you need to get the steps before you get to that big department store buyer. What you want to establish is you want to establish that customer base, what you can do with custom orders. A lot of our designers make a living, actually most of our designers make a living by custom orders. And that parlays into public relations and marketing and gets your brand and known. So you have to tell a story. And essentially that's what your fashion show needs to explain. It needs to explain a story of what you are trying to convey. And also you have to have the heart. If you want to be a designer, you got to put your all into it. You can't just be like, okay, well, I'm going to do it this year, and the next year I'm going to be a DJ. No, if this is really what you want to do, that's what we kind of look at. And one thing with me, I mean, you can be stellar on paper. You can show here, show there, know this person, know that person. But it really is about your character and your passion, because that is the only thing that's going to get you through any career that you're in. And integrity. With marketing and PR, everything's a story. People love a story. This is where you can put your story. And this is where you can really connect with the audience. You can put your prices if you wish. I recommend that you do. And I also recommend that you put your wholesale prices, because we do have boutique buyers who are sitting in the front row. But you do have to have that marketing sense during your show that people can look at while your show is going on. And it's funny too, because Jonathan and I talk about this often, where your runway show, you really need to be crazy with it. I mean, we love crazy, we love avant-garde, you know, we're not pageant, we're not, you know, a mall runway show. We want you to utilize this as a theatrical outlet for what you see your brand to be. So for instance, it's always that last 20% of your show, which is your styling, that is going to make it memorable. And the one reason why I started StyleWeek is because of the love I have for these emerging designers, the money and the heart and the passion that they put into creating for you is just unbelievable, and they can't show anywhere else without paying a huge amount of money. I mean, you know, you have an emerging designer go to New York and you're going to be paying no less than 15 grand to show. But who are you getting in front of? Are you getting in front of those local community people who are going to purchase your items custom? Because right now, the custom market is escalated by 27% since 2008. So that's telling you something. That's telling you that a lot of people want to be more individual. They want to have that one-on-one with the designer where they're wearing somebody who custom made this for them. So I kind of look at StyleWeek in the Northeast region as creating a little bit of a trend for that matter, because I think that making sure that the VIPs at StyleWeek are press, are buyers, and I say buyers in the sense that I'm a buyer too, because I order a lot from Jonathan Peters, and I order a lot from, you know, Sarah Pro. So you are a buyer as well if you're buying from these people, and the people that can help build these designers' brands exponentially by being there. And another thing about StyleWeek that I kind of like to say is we're more of a trade event than we are just a glorified cocktail party event. You know, if you're going to StyleWeek, you have a reason to go to StyleWeek. You have a reason to be there to evangelize the brands of these designers. Even if you don't like the stuff personally, you're still there to support, and you're still showing the Northeast that, wow, we have an outfit here where we can expand these designers' brands and also be able to have that personal one-on-one connection with local talent in this region. So we're very proud of StyleWeek, and I'm very proud of the designers, especially that we've shown on our, on our runway. The only thing I would love to see is have these designers really be forceful and assertive and get that fear out of them and go and sell after. Because that is 80% of your brand. By integrity and trusting your gut and saying no more than you say yes. I think that's very important with any brand. It's very important in life, period. If you are oversaturating something, people are going to get sick of you. If you're everywhere, if you're doing 5 photo shoots with the same collection, why? Don't waste your money. Don't do that. Where you should say no when it's not going to ultimately make you some sort of profit or good PR later. And there's always a ripple effect with PR, where you're not going to feel the effects of PR for 6 to 8 months, because it's all word of mouth and it's all buzz. But if something is costing you money and you're not really getting something back right away, don't do it. And if you remain more exclusive, then people are going to look at you in a different light than they would someone else who's completely all over the place all of the time. You get sick of vanilla ice cream all the time, but chili pepper vanilla comes out and you want that, but it's not available everywhere. Just don't be so available.
B2B platform. It has inventory control. It's a social community. It offers line sheet services that Rosanna said are so important. It's very private, and you put a little description. You can add all your information and hashtags, which is very important. I'll explain that on the next page. And what's great about this is that you have the option to connect, message, recommend them to a friend. You can look at their press, their line sheets, and you can even endorse them.
So how are you going to market this platform to boutiques, owners, to know that they have these resources?
Correct. Well, as I mentioned before, I work in sales right now, so I have a really great network in New England.
1, 2, 3.